Let's break down the polar vortex, a term you hear every winter, especially when the temperatures suddenly plummet and the news is filled with stories of record-breaking cold. But what exactly is the polar vortex, and why does it matter so much to our winter weather? You might wonder if it's just another buzzword, or if it's something new. In reality, the polar vortex is a natural part of our planet's climate system, and it's been around for as long as Earth has had seasons. Picture a giant spinning top of frigid air, high above the North Pole, acting as a natural fence that keeps the coldest air locked in the Arctic. This swirling mass of cold air sits in the stratosphere, miles above the surface, and is actually present all year round, though it's much stronger and more noticeable in the winter months. This vortex is strongest in winter, thanks to the sharp temperature contrast between the icy Arctic and milder southern regions. The bigger the difference in temperature, the more powerful the vortex becomes, creating a tight, spinning barrier that keeps the coldest air trapped up north. The polar night jet stream, a powerful wind, circles this cold air mass, keeping it contained. Think of it as a high-speed river of air, racing around the top of the globe, acting like a lid that holds the Arctic chill in place. As long as the jet stream is strong and stable, the Arctic chill stays put, and most of us enjoy relatively mild winter weather further south. The cold air is bottled up, unable to escape, but sometimes, the vortex wobbles or weakens, and that fence breaks down. This can happen for a variety of reasons, like sudden warming events high in the atmosphere, or shifts in global wind patterns. The jet stream becomes wavy, letting lobes of Arctic air escape southward. These waves can dip deep into North America, Europe, or Asia, dragging frigid air along with them and causing temperatures to plunge far below normal. That's when we get those sudden dramatic cold snaps in places like North America and Europe. Cities that were enjoying mild winter days can suddenly find themselves in the grip of a deep freeze, with snowstorms and icy winds arriving seemingly out of nowhere. It's not the whole vortex moving, just a piece breaking free. These chunks of cold air can travel thousands of miles, bringing Arctic conditions to places that aren't used to such extremes. So, when you hear about the polar vortex in your forecast, it means a chunk of that cold air is on the move. Meteorologists track these events closely because they can have a big impact on everything from travel to energy use. This process can turn a mild day into a deep freeze almost overnight. Understanding the polar vortex helps us prepare for these wild swings in winter weather, and reminds us just how connected our atmosphere really is. Now, let's add sudden stratospheric warming, or SSW, to the mix. This phenomenon is one of the most dramatic and fascinating events in our atmosphere, and it plays a crucial role in shaping winter weather patterns across the globe. But what exactly is it, and why does it matter so much? SSW is a rapid temperature spike way up in the stratosphere, directly over the polar cap. In just a few days, temperatures in this layer can soar by 30 to 50 degrees Celsius, an astonishing change for such a high and cold part of the atmosphere. This warming doesn't happen at ground level, but its effects ripple downward, setting off a chain reaction that can impact weather far below. This sudden warming acts like a punch to the polar vortex, weakening or even reversing its winds. The polar vortex is a vast ring of strong winds circling the Arctic, keeping frigid air locked in place. When SSW strikes, it disrupts this balance, sometimes even causing the winds to reverse direction. Imagine slamming the brakes on that spinning top. The vortex slows, wobbles, and breaks apart. The once stable circulation becomes unstable, and the cold air it was containing starts to leak out. This disruption can split the vortex or shove it off center, freeing up Arctic air to spill south. Sometimes the vortex splits into two or more pieces, sending frigid air masses on a journey toward Europe, Asia, or North America. The jet stream responds by becoming much wavier, guiding cold air into the mid-latitudes. These wavy patterns can persist for weeks, steering storms and cold snaps into places that might not usually expect them. SSW events are a warning shot. The Arctic gate is about to open. When this happens, regions far from the pole can suddenly find themselves in the grip of deep winter, with snow, ice, and bitter winds. About 2 to 4 weeks after an SSW, we often see a major pattern shift toward cold and wintry weather. This lag gives meteorologists a valuable heads-up, allowing them to anticipate and prepare for significant changes in the forecast. It's a crucial signal for forecasters tracking the next big chill. Understanding SSW helps us predict when and where the coldest air will strike, making it a key piece of the puzzle in winter weather forecasting. This weekend, November 15th and 16th, brings our first real taste of winter's power. A dip in the jet stream is opening the door for cold air to surge down the east coast. The northeast, especially upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, will see the first significant snowfall of the season. Some areas could get 8 to 10 inches of fresh snow by Monday morning. The timing means a tricky Monday commute and a quick shift from autumn to winter. This event is a clear sign the atmosphere is primed for bigger changes. It's just the first tremor before a larger winter shakeup. The stage is set for even more dramatic weather in the weeks ahead. Just as the cold settles in and you start to think winter is here to stay, a surprising twist is on the horizon. A quick but noticeable warm-up is about to sweep in, catching many off guard. It's the kind of weather shift that makes you second-guess your wardrobe choices, and wonder if you put away those lighter jackets too soon. From November 17th to 21st, a powerful ridge of high pressure will build over the eastern United States. This atmospheric setup acts like a giant wall, blocking cold Arctic air from pushing south, and instead allowing a surge of warmth to flow northward. Meteorologists are watching this pattern closely, as it's expected to bring a dramatic change to the weather across much of the region. Cities that were shivering under frosty conditions on Monday will soon experience a remarkable turnaround. Temperatures are set to rebound well above seasonal averages, with some places feeling more like late October than mid-November. You might see people trading heavy coats for lighter layers, and outdoor cafes filling up as folks take advantage of the unexpected warmth. Snow that recently blanketed the ground will begin to melt away, revealing autumn leaves that many thought were gone for the season. For a brief moment, it'll feel as if autumn has returned, offering a welcome break from the early winter chill. But don't be fooled, this warm spell is only temporary. It's just a short pause before the next round of active weather moves in. The atmosphere is setting the stage for a dramatic shift, and the calm won't last for long. Meanwhile, out west, a deep trough is forming. This feature is gathering energy and moisture, building up the ingredients needed for the next big weather event. Meteorologists are already tracking this system, anticipating its impact as it moves eastward. The sharp contrast between the unseasonably warm east and the cold, unsettled west is a classic recipe for active and potentially stormy weather. The jet stream will act as a boundary, fueling the clash of air masses and setting up the potential for dramatic changes ahead. This warm spell is just a short intermission in a much bigger weather drama unfolding across the country. The rapid changes serve as a reminder of how quickly the seasons can shift, especially in November. Once the ridge breaks down, winter's return will be both swift and intense. Cold air will rush back in, bringing with it the potential for snow, wind, and a return to true winter conditions. So, enjoy these mild, sun-filled days while they last. Take a walk, soak up the warmth, and savor the brief return of autumn, because before you know it, winter will be knocking at the door once again. As the warmth peaks, the first of two major storms takes shape. Around November 20th, a low-pressure system will sweep from the southern plains into the southeast, fueled by Gulf moisture and clashing air masses. Expect heavy rain and strong thunderstorms from Texas to the Carolinas. Localized flooding is possible if rain falls too quickly. The jet stream's dip energizes this storm, and its exact track will determine who gets the heaviest rain. On the storm's northern side, colder air starts to move in, ending the warm spell. This is just the opening act for the Arctic blast to come. The lull after Thursday's storm won't last. Early Thanksgiving week, a second stronger system forms, tracking further south and raising the risk of severe weather in the deep south. Heavy rain and strong winds could disrupt travel across the southeast and up the east coast. Florida, missed by the first storm, will likely get soaked this time. On the cold side, Arctic air surges in behind the storm, dropping temperatures fast in the upper Midwest by Thanksgiving Eve. This is the moment we've been building toward. The polar vortex disruption opens the floodgates for true Arctic air. As the storm exits, cold spills across the eastern U.S. The stage is set for a dramatic post-Thanksgiving freeze and the season's first widespread snow. Thanksgiving ends with a shiver for much of the country. After the second storm, a powerful blast of Arctic air surges deep into the central and eastern U.S. The Midwest and Ohio Valley will see rain quickly change to snow, with several inches possible in places like Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. Lake effect snow will ramp up, dumping heavy bands downwind of the Great Lakes and into the Appalachians. This cold snap isn't fleeting. Models suggest it could last into early December. Temperatures will stay well below average, signaling a decisive end to autumn. For millions, winter arrives early and with serious intent. The holiday shopping season will kick off with slick roads and a wintry landscape. The message is clear. Winter is here to stay. Which regions will feel winter's punch the most? The Northeast gets the first snow, with 8 to 10 inches possible in higher elevations. After a brief thaw, more snow and frigid air arrive post-Thanksgiving, especially in the mountains. The Midwest and Ohio Valley ride a weather roller coaster. Mild, then wet, then a dramatic temperature crash and widespread snow. The South and Southeast face 2 rounds of heavy rain and storms, with severe weather possible. Florida will see rain from the second system just in time for the holiday. Even the deep south will feel the chill as Arctic air presses far south. While snow won't reach Atlanta, expect a sharp biting wind and much colder temperatures. Nearly everyone east of the Rockies will feel this major pattern shift. What does this mean for the winter ahead? The polar vortex disruption and SSW are setting up a cold, stormy pattern for North America. A deep trough in the jet stream will lock in after Thanksgiving, funneling Arctic air south and guiding storms up the coast. The Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Northeast are in for a cold, snowy start to winter. Expect frequent storms and cold blasts, not just a one-off event. Holiday travel will be tricky, so stay tuned to local forecasts. The atmosphere is sending a clear signal. Winter is starting early, and it's coming in strong. Brace for a season that begins with a bang, well before the calendar says so.